Here's the punter, Sam Martin, now ready to get us started. And we are underway from FedEx Field.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. On third down, that's Thompson. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on third and short, but sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That's a fourth down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Here's Smith, and he drops this off to Thompson, complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up second down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Smith. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. On third down, that's Thompson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Smith on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. That throw good for 4. It's second down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Redskins with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a first and goal to go at the 7. Smith. He juked him, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Redskins have taken a first quarter lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it first and 10 at their own 17-yard line. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And incomplete to open things up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
He's going to let this one go deep. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion. Now Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing is Stafford. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. On 1st down, Stafford here. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford. His pass caught at the 4. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. T.J. Jones from 6 yards away. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Week 1 for AP was a good one. He surprised some people. We know what he's done in the past, Charles, but at age 33, he came out there. He had 96 yards on the ground, 70 more through the air, and even scored his 100th rushing touchdown.
And I think the 96 on the ground surprises no one because that's what he does. It's the 70 in the air. Throughout his career, it's always been the one thing people have, said, hold up. Doesn't catch the ball very well. Well, he did it in the season opener. They're hoping he'll do it throughout the season. He tied Marshall Faulk and Sean Alexander for 7th all-time with his 100th career rushing touchdown. Next up, John Riggins at 104. Washington hoping to unleash him towards that total next week.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Smith now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Again, Smith.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They snap it to Smith. He's normally a sure thing down here, but Peterson denied near the goal line. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. So out now come the Lions. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Jones has it. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. The Lions need to move. They're hustling to the line now. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Swearinger. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Switching gears for a second, because you and I were talking earlier. We had some odd games in Week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida, and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They give him a gain of 38. On first down, it's Smith. Steps away to his left. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's Smith. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Open man is Galladay, complete. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Stafford now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot here before break. Smith. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Ryan Kerrigan in on the tackle.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Big 20, big 20.
They'll run here. Abdullah. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Abdullah. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Stafford. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, partner, of all the great things that we saw in Week 1, unfortunately there was some bad, quite a few injuries, and the toughest one, Delaney Walker with that knee injury, he's gone for the year.
Yeah, and that's really, really difficult for the Tennessee Titans to absorb because in a lot of ways, he's their #1 target. He may play tight end, but he was the security blanket for Marcus Mariota. He'll be gone for the year. Greg Olsen with the Carolina Panthers, he left the game in a walking boot, but an injury of the same foot that was surgically repaired last year. And then there's some other injuries like Leonard.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a first down throw. Stafford. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. From the gun, here's Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. You end up having to take 3 there.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Right. Yellow. 15, yeah.
Out of the gun, Smith. Well, that's complete to Brian Quick. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Smith on 1st down. He's got Quick. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
15, yeah.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. A deep ball for Dotson. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far. Big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defense has always talked about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said. It actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. He's got Thompson here, complete. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They go play action here on 1st down. He'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap for Smith. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off with great anticipation. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score, and he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And to the left side here, Wilson. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
This complete to Jones. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Again, it's Abdullah. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Stafford going to throw it. A dump off for Abdullah. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Redskins now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Stafford now to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Stafford now to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Redskins now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so Tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. He's back to throw. Dotson with a grab over the middle. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, it's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. They still need 1 completion for field goal range.
And just think about what they're going over in the huddle right now. Make the catch, get out of bounds. That's going to be tough to do. So make the catch, get up to the line of scrimmage, and clock it to have one last shot.
He'll look to throw, and it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge, and it's going to bring up 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Tim Settle, the Virginia Tech Hokie, in there on the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking.